media. Yeah, because see, Colin Cowherd said, because see, Uncle Shannon said, that's you always.
It ain't nothing with getting other information, but then we set the trend going forward.
No, you try, but you give them quantifications
we live. We're live.
No, we not.
We live?
No, ain't no notification come up, and ain't no red dot up.
No, it is. It's on there. What's up? Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast is at you with a live show, live and in person. Y'all see this face right here? Turn your TV off when you see it. No, but look, here we go.
Exactly.
We've been missing for a while. We back to drop a video. Tonight is draft night. NBA draft is in full effect. It's a whole bunch of dudes, and I only know like one or two of them. I don't really know nobody. I don't know. But that being said, this is where we're going to be going live. We maybe get some feedback from y'all if y'all want to jump in and see who we got. Some of the picks, if y'all like some of these dudes, some of the trades that happened throughout the day, and some of the possible trades that might be coming down in about an hour or so, maybe less, when the Sixers come up on the draft board. This may be Tim's last time to express his love and admiration for Ben Simmons. So, Tim, the floor is yours.
Tim already told you he's gonna be a fan of whatever team Ben go to.
Just like you do with Steph Curry and Golden State.
He's actually good though. Curry is actually a good player.
So I was like that with Sir Charles.
Yeah, I mean you like that in LeBron. And
you like that with LeBron.
What's up, Big Moose? What it do? Easy money. What's up? Look, all right, let's get it started. First of all, let's be clear about this. The Bull Maury might be a little bit more goofy than I thought. All right. I wanted to give him the chance to really show me something. And I know you ain't supposed to shortchange yourself. All right. We do understand that. But ain't no way y'all gonna tell me that you can legit, after this playoff run, go to the table with a straight face and look at a team and say, I want 4 number 1 draft picks, and your number 1 draft pick from the last year for Ben Simmons. For real? Wiseman is going to be, in my opinion, is going to be a better player than Ben Simmons ever was, in my opinion. All right?
Wrong.
And you want
four.
And you want
Wiggins. And you want Wiggins and 4 number 1s.
They want Wiggins. See, you see what I'm saying? And Wiggins and 4. Come on, man. You at a certain. I don't even got no more rap.
Well, honestly, listen.
Come on.
For real, I don't think he knows he's not getting all that. But it's chess, not checkers. You don't just come out there and start throwing. Okay, you could say that, but you also got to look at the landscape of the NBA. There are no free agents, for real. Like, this is a weak free agent year. Most of the best players are re-signed on their teams, so you don't have big primetime free agents. So, from the Sixers' point of view, now I can't believe that they thought that they get that for Ben Simmons. But I'm just saying, from their point of view, it's like it ain't no hurry. So you wait and see after everybody do their draft picks and everything else. You still got training camps, and the season don't start till October. And you wait and see, let everybody feel, and you might have to hold on to Ben for a month or two. You know what I'm saying? You might have to, but at certain points, some team is going to want to make a move, and they can see where Ben Simmons will benefit them, and you might get like expiring contracts and players or other stuff out of that.
My sources are telling me the way Camp don't want to come back.
He ain't got no choice if ain't no right trade him.
And B Camp don't want Ben back either.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Here's the thing: it's all coming down to 2 players for Daryl Morey. They want Damian Lillard, or they want Bradley Beal. That whole
you're not getting Bill. Bill already said he's staying in Washington.
But that whole exercise that they did with Golden State was y'all all for fun. They were just trying to get rid of all the people that's going to try to get him for a steal. They're like, you're not getting Ben Simmons for a steal. If anything, we're going to pay a little bit more to get rid of him to get Damian or Bradley, but we're not just going to give you anything. We're not just going to throw him away for anything. That was just to weed out all the potential prospects, other teams that's going to come in. That's all that was.
So they weeded out Portland too, probably going with that.
No, Because they're not going to just give when they give up Ben, they're going to get Ben, and they're going to give up draft picks for Damian Lillard.
Well, first of all, Damian Lillard is better than anybody that Golden State was going to offer them. It's not the same equivalence.
I think we hyping ourselves up, and we gonna about to get ready for a huge letdown.
It won't be a letdown for me.
Why do we act like these teams is dumb? They did their homework on Ben Simmons.
Because some of the
teams, a couple of dumb teams.
That's my point. We all played Matt. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ethan. Go ahead.
No, the Sixers was the dumbest team. I kept saying last year, while Ben Simmons' stock is high, you have to trade him. Now everybody knows you're going to trade him, and you have to trade him, and they're going to give you peanuts. They're going to undercut.
That's my thing. That's my thing. Like we all played some video games at the time where you had to do trades. I remember we used to play Madden. I used to be in a Madden league, right? And we was in a trade league where you could stock up players and trade. That's the most disrespectful thing, to give me a trash ball, or at least a ball who last we saw he was trash. I think we all can admit, last we saw Ben, he was trash. And you try to say that he's worth an exorbitant amount. It is annoying to me. It's a little bit irritating. Now, could it be with Tim is saying, yeah, and all this, you trying to fleece Golden State because you're saying, well, if I'm moving to Golden State and get somebody who I really want, I'm going to get all these assets in return. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic with this thing. Because who's to say how we know we even getting Dame? How we know? So at a certain point, you got to start getting realistic with trades when you know you really don't want this player on your team no more. You know your star player, Joel Embiid, don't really want to play with this dude no more. Ben Simmons' camp is already looking themselves for destinations for the ball. And I honestly think Rich Paul wants him to go to Golden State. So now why you going to offer this outrageous joint to Golden State and get Golden State looking like, huh?
It's
like, I thought you wanted to come here.
Because they know Rich Paul probably talking to Golden State and it's a mutual interest. What is that hurry to make a trade right now? What is the hurry?
So we can start moving on with our future.
No, but there's no hurry to make that trade right now. For what? You still got months before the season starts.
So let me ask y'all. If y'all in Ben Simmons' camp, what do you think is the best destination for Ben Simmons? Because like Ephraim said, remember before he got traded, I said the best destination for Ben would be Golden State. And I think another good destination for him will be the Nets.
Why the Nets?
I don't think the Nets, but I think Golden State.
And who do we get back in return?
From the Nets?
Yeah.
We try to get like a Harden or Kyrie.
Oh, yeah. I would do Kyrie.
They're not giving you Harden or Kyrie. Why would they give you Harden for Ben Simmons or Kyrie for Ben Simmons when they was healthy, they was balling?
I would do Kyrie for Ben Simmons.
What's up, D-Wood?
You need Ben. First of all, Ben needs to change his mindset, right? He's not a point guard in this league. Let's cut that song and dance out and that nonsense he keeps trying to portray. He's not a point guard in this league. What he is he's very good at he'll get the rebound and push the ball, and he can push the pace. That's what he can do. He can do it in spurts. But to have him 48-minute or 35-minute point guard, it doesn't do him justice or your team. So you got to utilize this dude his best way. So the teams that he can go for are teams that have offensive players that you don't have to rely on Ben Simmons.
I agree with solving the race problem. He said, "LOL, you think they about to give Harden and Kyrie? They definitely not giving Harden and Kyrie the best Simmons. We're not saying it's going to happen. We just saying the best destination.
I'm freaking God on it.
The place he could go. I think I do agree with somebody.
I disagree with that. Kyrie kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way in taking all that time off last year and just spending days just on personal days.
They still not giving him. I don't care how bad he rubbed people. They ain't giving him up for no Ben Simmons. Kyrie was balling the playoff. Until Kyrie got hurt, they would have probably beat Milwaukee if Kyrie ain't got hurt, and they know that. They ain't giving him no Kyrie for no Ben Simmons. He must be a dope dog food.
What makes everybody say so staunchly that Ben is not a point guard?
Because he can't shoot.
We see what
happened. But all positions in the league shoot now. But just because I don't necessarily agree with that because I think that he can be a
point guard.
Yeah, I do think he could be a point guard.
No, The way his game,
I think he can play the point guard. Huh? With what song of that? I just think that he is I don't think that he's a scorer or a shooter, but I think that he can facilitate and get the ball to people.
Did he release videos? Did he release videos of shooting a jump shot again? Is that why you changed? I watched him pass the ball and get bulls like Steph Curry wide open shots. I've seen that. So I do think that, and that's why I don't think that he necessarily fits with the net. Now I think with Golden State, because Steph Curry don't got to be on the ball, handling the ball like that. He really runs and plays more like a two guard. So I can see where Ben to work with there. He played more like the Draymond position, setting people up and passing it to him. But
facts,
I guess I don't get caught up with the titles because a lot of times it's like positionless basketball nowadays. Like your point guards play like two guards now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You don't want the dude dominating your ball to be the worst shooter in the NBA. You don't want that. That just can't happen. Not especially
you don't really dominate the ball. I keep hearing people say
the facilitator of your offense. But you don't want nobody who's supposed to facilitate. But you don't want nobody who facilitates your offense to be the worst shooter in the NBA.
The ball don't stay in.
Jason Kidd did pretty good like that.
He wasn't the worst shooter in the NBA.
He was pretty much one of them.
He wasn't the worst shooter in the NBA either.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's the worst free throw shooter, but not the worst shooter.
He's the worst shooter in the NBA.
How? He don't even shoot it.
That's the problem.
He shoots 57%.
That's the point. That's the point. That's the point.
Statistically shoot.
That's the point. Ms. Miz said he said Ben Simmons. Joel Brother posted a Ben Simmons article saying goodbye in some different language on Twitter or something. I ain't see that, Jones. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like this is why I say it's not a rush, but it is. You could have got some draft picks for him. But guess what else you could have drafted tonight, your future tonight, if you'd have traded Ben Simmons.
Guess what else you might get? You might get a Ben Simmons and tell him, well, guess what? N-word. If you want to get out of here, then you better come in the camp and you better ball to make yourself presentable so that somebody can buy into the okie doke the same way you got yourself into the All-Star game.
That's the worst situation for the Sixers and Ben Simmons to bring him back.
I don't think it is though, because I think that the Sixers already know they don't want him. So even if he only people like Tim would be the ones like, see, now we got to keep him because he got better.
They'll get you Tim.
I won't, and the Sixers won't, because they've been there already with him and saw what it got to. So now it's just I really think the Sixers as an organization want him out of here. They do.
Skizzy, let me on Skizzy 215 said something. He compared him to Lamar Odom, and it's funny because his when he was drafted, his draft card or whatever it says,
scouting report.
Yeah, I'm sorry, draft card. So old school. His scouting report compared him to Lamar Odom. That's exactly who compared him to. Everybody was screaming LeBron, and they was dead on. He's more of a Lamar Odom than LeBron. He's not even Lamar Odom, which is sad. I don't remember. I don't know if that was just rumor.
Lamar Odom. He's better than Lamar Odom.
No, he doesn't.
Let you get away with saying that.
He's not better than Lamar.
No, Lamar Odom at that same point in his career was trash.
Lamar Odom, yeah, black the screen.
Let's not get caught up with the Lamar Odom later in his career with the Lakers. Don't forget he was in the Clippers.
Lamar Odom at his prime is better than Ben Simmons will probably ever be. Because remember, I don't know if this was.
I agree with that.
I totally disagree with that.
I don't know if this was rumor, but remember they said that they couldn't get in touch with Ben Simmons, and they was trying to get together so they can work with this dude. And this dude, Ben Simmons, did not want to work with the team because he wants to do his own workout.
Go ahead. What's your take on that?
Did you forget that AI didn't want to shoot a movie his first year of the season because that's the first time he had money. He didn't want to do the movie that Ray Allen did. I mean, they all make stupid decisions.
The movie has nothing to do with you perfecting your craft. You have to, and Allen, I love AI, but AI should have worked on his craft too.
We all agree with that. But I think that I know.
Stop talking with the screen. That ain't what we do.
I'm not talking to you. Yeah, are you in the bathroom? This the stuff you be trying to do when you go on a polo, blinking your screen like don't know.
But to address the Ben not wanting to work with the Sixers, I'm not totally mad about that, because if you know that the team is actively searching to trade you, I'm not necessarily going to be rah-rah about working with the Bulls y'all want me to work with, when in 2 weeks or a month or less, I could be gone. Like, what was the point of me coming down here and shooting jump shots with Sam Cassell for y'all to tell me the next morning I wake up and y'all calling me saying you in Minnesota now? Like, I'm not even necessarily mad at that.
As far as you under contract, you do what you're supposed to do.
I
agree with you.
Mark Greenwood turned on Ben. You see him in the comments about bottom line. Ben got a bounce.
Yeah, I told you.
That's why I think most fans feel like that, except for Tim.
Ain't nobody loyal. Nobody.
Whoa!
They're not loyal to you. He out there shooting in the gym.
Who said? Hold on. Melo taught me. You must be trolling. I got to take this as a troll. He said Warriors crazy for declining that Ben trade. That got to be a troll because ain't no way in the world. First of all, Wiggins
gonna get on his Warrior horse.
Wiggins is better than Ben. Wiseman, I think.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he is not.
Why is Ben better than Andrew Wiggins?
Because he is.
Why?
Because he can defend on 5 positions.
So can Wiggins.
No, he can't.
Wiggins is a better defender. Wiggins 6'7".
Wiggins could defend a center.
Wiggins same height.
Let's stop this notion right here because we talked about this. When has Ben effectively defended any center that you saw? When has he been?
Rudy Gobert, Utah.
Like I said,
when has he
effectively defended?
Yes or no?
When has Ben effectively defended any real center threat, scoring threat at all, or even a little bit at all? He don't. So stop with this. He could defend all 5 positions. Wiggins is a better on-ball defender than Ben. He's a better scorer than Ben. He's a better free throw shooter than Ben. He's a better jump shot shooter than Ben. No. The only thing Ben does better than Wiggins is probably pass the ball. And Wiggins is just as good as a rebounder as Ben Simmons.
I don't think Wiggins is a better on-ball defender than Ben.
I think he is. I watch Wiggins all the time. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
You talk about a dude that averaged 20 points like 3 straight years in Andrew Wiggins. And we saying Ben's better than him?
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Like 20 points a game.
Do you hear this? Do you hear this? They taking crazy pills.
Who was to say? I didn't say he was better than Wiggins.
If we had Andrew Wiggins instead of Ben Simmons, we'd have beat Atlanta.
No, we wouldn't, because we wouldn't have had a point guard. And we lost because we didn't have a point guard.
Melo taught me got to be tripping. I agree. We'd have Wiggins. We'd beat. No,
we wouldn't. And who was going to be the point guard? Who was going to handle the ball?
Seth and Maxey.
Maxey. And that's why we had all them turnovers when Seth was handling them.
Maxey, the same bull. The reason why we won.
Handling the ball.
Maxey's the reason why we won Game 6. Remember?
Ben wasn't handling the ball. What are you talking about?
Stop it. Now, if you're telling me you're going to bring in a quality point guard to replace, that was our problem all season because we didn't have point guard play and we was turning the ball over too much.
Didn't Maxey pretty much win Game 6 for us?
You one game. You talking one game, and no, so he didn't pretty much.
If he'd have played more, could he possibly won more?
No, because what happened the next game when he was playing and he couldn't do nothing.
They still gave Ben 30-something minutes to let Game 7.
Because Maxey was stop. He was sitting there talking during the play. I'm not saying Ben Simmons played great. I'm not saying that. I hated the way Ben Simmons played. But stop hyping Maxey. Maxey was not balling that whole playoffs. Whenever he got his chance, he wasn't balling.
My point is Ben played as terrible as you could play, and we were still in every game. If Maxey would have played more and you had somebody like Wiggins who could have scored, we could have beat Atlanta for sure. For sure.
Atlanta's trying to trade Cam. Is that Atlanta fan in here? They trying to trade Cam Reddish, I heard.
Mark, we're not saying Wiggins is the answer. We saying Wiggins is better than Ben. But my thing is too, first of all, let's be clear about this. Golden State is the best destination for Ben, but Ben is not the best destination for Golden State. Golden State will be they will hurt their team if they bring Ben Simmons.
No, they won't. If they replace Draymond with Ben, they automatically better.
Nope, they'll play themselves. They'll play themselves.
Automatically better if they replace Draymond with Ben.
They will play themselves. They will play themselves.
Let me jump on something else. Let me jump on something else real quick.
Go ahead.
Y'all like Buddy Hill possibly getting traded to the Lakers and Buddy Hill Westbrook.
He wasn't in that trade, was he? Oh, he made the Lakers better.
So
I wanted Buddy Hill here.
They got Buddy. They're working out with Buddy Hill, Westbrook backcourt with LeBron and Anthony Davis. Do that make them?
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna jump right on that, Tim. I like that point. But Melo taught me you saying the same thing Wayne was saying with Ben in the playoffs. This is the same thing, boys. I can't believe we just watched this meltdown and still think it's cool. He just said Ben play makes and locks up and being surrounded by Stephen Clay, him not shooting wouldn't matter. This is the same thing that Wayne thought going into the playoffs, and even I was saying maybe it's a possibility if Seth get off and if B do his thing, if Danny Green is knocking out shots. Now Danny got hurt. If Tobias is knocking out shots, if Five will come in some shots, you may not need Ben to score. Nope, wrong again.
Nope, and you're wrong because him scoring wasn't the problem. Him not shooting free throws and then being afraid to touch the ball was the problem. But so now that's why I'm done with him because he ran from the ball. If Ben Simmons played the way that he was playing that first half of that series and in the Washington series, then it would have been a different story. But he choked up during the first couple games. Ben had the 4 points a game, but the first game he had 17. Third game he had 18, and then he had 11. Then after that he went 8, 6, and 5.
It's a little truth to that, but at the same time, remember how they was playing, Ben? They bogged down the lane. The reason why Tobias numbers went down. B field goal percentage went down. They bogged the lane up. They made it difficult for the dudes who normally score inside. B with the little mid-range, Tobias mid-range. They bogged all that down because Ben didn't shoot. Boy just stood way back at the free throw line and underneath
they didn't necessarily do that. They fouled Ben. They fouled him and he couldn't drive, so he missed the free throws. That's what happened.
Hambino, you're trading Cam Reddish. I heard y'all trying to trade him. I would like him over here.
Can y'all, real quick, ask y'all a question? Can y'all release?
I'm sorry, Tim. I'm going to go back. What's up, Hambino? But Tim, you was talking about the Buddy. Now, if that confirmed, right? Buddy Hill and Westbrook went to the Lakers. I know Westbrook did.
Westbrook went, but Buddy Hill, they said they're making room for him. That's the possible next move.
If they get that, that's a powerhouse. I don't. But how do you feel about hating on that?
Playing with the Lakers, does he help them?
I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen. Brian going to get in there. And he gonna say, Westbrook, if you take 1 3, I'm gonna slap the double out of him. He's not gonna shoot the 3 no more, and they're gonna win a championship. That's all Westbrook need to do is not shoot the 3. He like 20-something%. Don't shoot the 3. Huh?
Ain't you the same boy that was telling Ben just need to shoot the open 3? But now you gonna tell Westbrook slap him if he shoot a 3.
I never said Ben. I said Ben needs to shoot a jump shot. The mid-range.
I just always talking about Ben got to shoot open 3.
No, I said it'd be nice if he could shoot the 3.
Ben Simmons.
I said
from a distance.
Listen, Westbrook, thing he needs to do.
But the one thing I want to say about Westbrook, see, to me, I could see where the Lakers going with it because basically Westbrook is an upgrade from Schroeder. Like Schroeder really wasn't no shooter like that, but they was expecting Schroeder, whatever his name is. They was expecting him to be a scorer. They was expecting to be another scorer, like so when Brian can fall back some, and you can let Westbrook just go attacking the basket. Like Brian ain't got to be the one attacking the basket because the Lakers ain't had nobody else. AD wasn't attacking the basket; he's shooting mid ranges and stuff like that and catching oops. But with Westbrook, you got somebody else that puts pressure on the defense and attacks in there, so Brian don't have to be the one to do that. So I do understand.
Take a little pressure on Brian too.
Huh?
Take pressure on Brian too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what Buddy Hill coming. First of all, the dudes they traded wasn't shooters. Let's be clear. KCP, Kuzma, and Montrell. Kuzma really let me down. He played like trash.
Yeah.
Like they traded all the dudes that stunk in the playoffs. LeBron, they asked LeBron to give him some names. Those are 3 names Brian gave him, and they out of here.
Somebody said I'd take Tony Roten over Ben right now.
I'd take Tony Roten. He was balling that year.
But see, that's exactly why the Sixers can't be in the. I agree. I think they just threw a crazy. They knew they wasn't getting that. Ain't no way in the world they believed they was getting that. Even when them talking, we're looking for a Harden type deal. They know good and well you're not getting no Harden type deal for no Ben Simmons. But you got to talk all that stuff up, and you hope that somebody get desperate enough. Somebody get hurt in training camp or something like that, and they in a desperate need for somebody a role that Ben could fill, and you sucker them into something like you know what I'm saying.
Do you let as a Lakers? Do you let Russell Westbrook? Is he running point and Brown falling back, or how are we doing that? You muted.
I think so.
Brown gonna be in the corner shooting corner threes,
or if Brown shoot threes. Brown shoot threes from like 3/4 courts. Boy, they ain't gotta be in the corner. Brown's shooting.
I don't think Brian liked playing without the ball though. Like I've been hearing about this a lot. Brian playing off ball, but I've rarely seen Brian go for a long stretch without facilitating the offense. I think he wants to do that.
I don't agree. I think Brian has no problem let somebody else. Go ahead.
Does Bron who acquiesces there? But they both have strong personalities, Bron or Westbrook.
Yeah, Bron. When have you seen Bron play without the ball continuously, especially come playoff time? Bron really dominates the offense. He facilitates
the ball because he has to. Because he has to. Like I don't think in Miami, I don't think Bron dominated the ball like that.
I mean, he had Rondo on his team 2 years ago, and he still was.
He was on the bench though. Like but
that
might be why Bron wants another point guard so that he don't have to be on like everybody's saying. Bron is getting older now. Now he don't have to be the one running everything, like holding the ball and doing everything with it. Like Bron, it seems like to me, Bron like to sometimes just fall back and let his teammates go ahead and do what they do.
I can't lie. I'm really shocked about him on Westbrook like this. This is, I mean,
all he got to tell Westbrook is to slash.
It doesn't look like a good fit.
Now Westbrook give you 15 assists a game easy.
And he'll be 3 for 32 from the field.
He will.
Y'all was loving when Trey was 3 for 32 and hitting like 2 threes.
I'm on record.
Trey got been fired from his job.
I'm on record that Westbrook can't shoot. I do think Westbrook improves his field goal percentage when he don't shoot as many threes. So maybe Bron could get him off the 3-point line a little bit. But I mean, we'll see how it works. It's gonna be an interesting fit. I mean, he gonna run the floor. That's one thing about Westbrook. He's athletic. He can run the floor. Him, AD, and Bron probably gonna try to just do a run and gun style game, maybe, and just outrun cats. I can see that happening. Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. I'm glad we went live on this because this is a real quick question. Something that's been annoying me for the past week. Remember during the USA team when they was in practice and KD shot the ball, right, and made it from the corner 3. Now KD, whoever grabbed his ball, we don't know. KD said it was Bam Adebayo. Bam blamed it on Dame Lillard. Regardless of the fact he didn't get the ball back, right? And I was listening to Skip and Shannon, so they saying at least Shannon said, I don't know. He said, well, maybe it's a rule, an unwritten rule. If you make it, you're supposed to get it back. And Skip is saying, no, there ain't no unwritten rule. I'm like, where you been at? Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
That's what you get. That's what you get for listening to them about basketball. I'm tired of you always.
I listen for content, but regardless of that,
they don't know what they're talking about with basketball.
The bottom line is that, in my opinion, is one of the biggest, most definitive unwritten rules in shoot-around basketball. When you make it, you get the ball back. It actually irritates me.
Even if it's your ball and you're about to leave, you wait for that person to miss before you leave.
I agree. Yes, so that's how serious that is.
To answer your question, that was foul.
And you listen, you always get it back. You always get the change. You always give them back the change. Give me my change. We know the saying. At least I know that's in Philly. That's what we say. You hit that shot, yo, give me my change.
Exactly.
And even to the point of after even if you hit like 3 or 4 in a row and you miss one, it's optional. You still get a look like if I'm gonna give you another one back. You know what I'm saying? Like you was hitting a little something, or if I'm gonna give you back one more shot for you to take another shot or come in and get the layup like a layup line and then get it. But you definitely respect it when somebody hit their shot. You gotta get it.
I absolutely agree. It was go ahead. It was to the point. No, I was actually shooting around my son, my youngest son, who like 10. And I made it, and he grabbed the ball and started walking off, and I almost snapped. I'm like, oh, what is you doing? Like, let me explain something to you. You never take nobody rock and walk off after the ball go down. Like, this is fundamental. So I'm teaching the fundamentals of the game, but this is a 10-year-old that I'm teaching should know better than this. So ain't no way in the world whoever grabbed KD ball was out of pocket, whether it was Bam
whoever grabbed the ball was trolling him. Whoever did it was trying to get under his skin. Trust me. They ain't no way in the world. They don't know the rule. The NBA players don't know that rule.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Absolutely. Do NBA players not respect KD? They respect his game, but him because I don't know.
He's respected. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not respected. He's respected by everybody around the league. He has trolls. Oh, KD?
Yeah. fake phone account, KD? You think everybody respect that?
Yes, they
Think
respect.
they respected that he went to Golden State?
He fights back. He fights.
You think they? No, he don't.
He fights back with his fingers. That's how he fights back.
Unless it's Michael Rappaport.
All right, I want to ask y'all something about the NBA at 75. This year there's going to be a year-long celebration starting in October. They're going to do the reveal of the top 75 players of all time. It's a brand new list.
I gotta say this comment.
Hold on, do they have the list out yet?
I'm sorry. I gotta say this comment. I'm sorry. It was funny. They said, I think Ben from Africa maybe is different out there, bro. That's what so they might be right. Maybe the rules is different with Jamaican taking. But go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry. The 75 NBA. Go ahead.
All right. They said the unveil of the NBA 75 greatest players in league history will occur this October. The list is going to be compiled of former and current players as well as general managers and executives.
How far does it go?
Wait. General manager and executive. General manager and executives don't go into the number of people they picking, is it?
Yeah,
it's 75 players. It's going to be 75 players.
It's 75 players. It's
okay.
NBA is 75. The people who's going to be creating the list of the greatest 75 players is going to be team executives, general managers, current players, and former players, and media. They're going to come up together, and the list is going to be announced in October. They're going to celebrate them all year long, and then those who are still living will be at the All-Star game in February.
So is that 50 cemented or the 50 grandfather in, or that 50?
It's a brand new list.
Okay.
It's a brand new list.
Is there's going to be a brand new list, or are you just saying this is what we're saying?
No, I'm reading from the NBA.com. Okay. It's going to be a brand new list. My question is,
I don't know who's on the old one.
I'm saying who these from the modern era, from the last 25 years, because we know who was on the original 50. Well, most of us do. Who's stepping up?
LeBron, Kobe, Seth, AI, who?
KD, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
Do Paul Pierce make it?
Nah, he borderline. He might eke out one of them Converse Chuck wearing dudes from the 1950s that just ran around dribbling the ball like this.
So Bob Cousy still on the list? Bob Cousy's one of the 50. Is he still making it?
Yeah,
for some reason, right?
General manager's gonna keep him on there.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Paul Pierce don't get a lot of love. He was a great player, but for some reason in NBA circles and stuff, I don't think Paul Pierce can be on this.
We made a mistake not drafting that bull.
Yep, took a great instead.
Did John Stockton still make the list?
Yeah, he still make it.
Wes Unseld.
Do Westbrook make it? Russell,
whose spot he take?
It's a whole 25.
25 additional on top of the 50. I think most of the 50. I think they're going to try to keep most of the original 50.
I think they will too.
I think they're just going to add 25. Their position might change where they was ranked at.
Paul Pierce averaged 19 points a game. Is that great? Is that great enough to put him up there?
And what about his best years? Give me a synopsis of his best, in the prime of his career.
Them last 3 years.
Yeah, a couple stretches of 25. Yeah, 25, 25, 22, 26, 20.
Yeah, remember the boy Draymond Green played him. You ain't Kobe. Oh man, that
is borderline up here, though. I mean, it depends on who else you got though. Like when you start looking down and going down the names and stuff.
Let's throw this out there because this is what Ethan said right before we started the pod. He said he taken Kevin Garnett over Charles Barkley.
And who else I say?
I mean, he said and Dirk Nowitzki.
No, I said Tim Duncan. Stop doing
You said Dirk. You said Dirk.
I said I'm taking when we first started. I said I'm taking Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan over Barkley on that 50 list. Yes.
You could argue Duncan because he was the catalyst of his championships and all that.
He got 5 rings.
I'm definitely not taking Kevin Garnett over Barkley. That's a hard pass.
Where's Barkley won?
What is Kevin Garnett won without Ray Allen and Paul Pierce?
Why you gotta say
it? Don't matter. It don't matter. You can't knock him for the situation.
I'm not. Listen. No, I'm not even going. I'm not going on just championships alone. In my opinion,
Thank you,
Kevin
Wayne.
Garnett was a way better defensive player, though. Kevin Garnett had offense.
I wouldn't say way better. I wouldn't say way better.
I think that he was a way better defensive player.
I wouldn't say way, but he only had Barkley by a block. Barkley had him in steals. Barkley had him in rebounds.
From watching them, Kevin Garnett, in my opinion, I'm just talking about from watching them. In my opinion, Kevin Garnett was a way better defender than Barkley was.
I don't.
And I guess a lot of NBA agree because he was like all defensive team.
I don't care what I keep telling y'all. I don't care what the voter on the award say. I go by this. I go by the eye test. What I see. Kevin Garnett was a very good defensive player. To me, I don't know. Maybe me watching him, the little bit I watch him, and maybe I'll say this. I started watching him more when he went to Boston, obviously, than Minnesota. But he wasn't no Ben Wallace, no Draymond Green, where you like, oh, this boy one of the best defenders in the league. I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Guess what? Everybody in the chat agreeing with us, and nobody agrees with you yet about Barkley being better than KG.
What, the 13 people that's in there? So what? I don't care about what they
13 people in there. The whole NBA that's defensive player for years.
All I'm telling you is ain't no way I'm taking Kevin Garnett over Barkley. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
I tell you coming on right now.
Do y'all even know Barkley? We just looked at the career stats.
Patrick Ewing's off the list.
Patrick Ewing, he's one of the greatest centers of all time.
He was never one of the greatest centers. One of the greatest 50? One of the greatest 50 centers?
Yeah, the greatest players of all time. Don't hate
on watching my
Don't hate on
the reason why he's single-handedly the reason why Mike had cakewalks to the championship every year.
He's a
poster dummy. He's a poster dummy with bad knees, 7-foot jump shot shooter.
Okay, Tim Robinson. Tim Robinson says KG is a 4-time NBA rebounding champion, but he don't average more career rebounds than Barkley. That's what I'm saying. People, a lot of them must be young. A lot of these young boys don't realize really the numbers that Barkley put up and the impact. Barkley's career numbers is 22 and 11. Kevin Garnett's is 17 and 10. We looked them up. Solid numbers, no hate. Bulls don't understand how dominant of a force Barkley was, even at 6'4" and 3/4. You got to add 3/4.
No, you don't because y'all height don't matter. It don't matter.
No. I'm not saying. What are you talking about? I'm making a point.
Height doesn't matter. What's the point in saying
point, let me finish my point because people say somebody's saying Barkley is 6'4" as a power forward. What is he going to do? My point is people don't understand how dominant he was even at that size is what I'm saying. Barkley gave Bulls 4 inches taller than him the business. They couldn't do nothing with him. That's what I said. These dudes, a lot of dudes they don't remember Barkley. We talking about young Bulls or Bulls who going off of current memory. Barkley was a monster, MVP of the league when Jordan was in the league. Keep that in mind.
Barkley's my third favorite player of all time, and I'm still telling you, in my opinion, Garnett was a better all-around player than Charles Barkley was.
Are y'all putting Iverson on the list?
Oh, absolutely.
So Barkley's field goal percentage is better than KG's, right? His rebounds is higher. His scoring average was higher. His assists, I think, was right about the same. He had more steals.
His rebounds was up by 1. His rebounds was up like 1. Their assist was
he had 2 more. He actually had 2.7 more rebounds, almost 3 more rebounds a game.
1.7. What was Barkley's?
I thought it was 12.7 or 11.7 or 12.7. 11.7. So almost 2 rebounds a game better. His scoring was better. 5.4 4.
I mean, I get all that.
A game better.
I get all that. Remember, I was reading
field goal percentage was way better.
But Kevin Garnett was a way better defender, in my opinion.
You know who not?
And Barkley's a way better offensive player.
You know who
he wasn't way better. He
averaged 5 more. He averaged 5 more points, and his field goal percentage is 5 points higher too.
Who not on your list, Tim?
Carmelo Anthony. I don't think I'm gonna put him on my next.
Thank you, Danielle. Barkley is one of the most efficient players ever. Even better efficiency than Shaw.
We're talking offense, but Garnett was a way better defender. Garnett was a way better all-around player.
He's around better.
Way better all around. Y'all boys. Y'all talking boys.
No. He wasn't a way all-around player.
I can't believe you.
I think our pick is about to come up, y'all.
No, it ain't.
It's not.
No.
What they picking at now?
They on pick 24, I think.
Oh, we got a little bit more time.
Yeah, Houston on the clock.
Ain't no way in the world I'm taking going to get over Barkley, bro. Y'all must be crazy. Anyway, Steph Curry gonna be on the
Vince Carter on that list.
We see Danielle.
Maybe you going crazy when everybody else is insane.
They said Brock is one of the most efficient players ever.
He's shooting what you saying? What field goal percentage was like 54% field goals. Garnett at 6'11" was only 49%, and he's so powerful down low. He's so much more dominant.
Garnett took a lot of jump shots.
Who said he was more powerful down low? Garnett shot a lot of mid-range shots. I didn't say
somebody in the comments is saying, well, Barkley's only 6'4", power forward. What he going to do? Okay, he averaged 5 more points field goal percentage than Kevin Garnett, who's supposed to be so much taller and so much bigger. Come on, man. Listen, Barkley was a machine, bro.
Let's talk about the whole real quick. You got to put Vince on that list. You got to put Dwayne Wade on that list. Durant, Steph, whatever. Which one?
There's gonna be some good names left off.
Yeah, Harden going on the list.
Clay not going on the list.
I don't know if it's going to be too many going to be left off. I don't think it's going to be too many left off.
25? You mean
do you put McGrady on the list?
No.
That's tough. Chris Paul.
I don't even think McGrady should be in the Hall of Fame, honestly.
Do you put Grant Hill on the list?
No, he ain't played enough.
Chris Paul?
Chris
Paul should be.
What about Jason Kidd?
It's going to be hard.
He's on the bubble.
He's getting tough. See, he's getting tough. It gets
what about
tough.
Dirk Nowitzki?
Dirk is on the list. He ain't over Barkley, but he on the list. He ain't over Barkley or KG, but he on the list.
They're gonna try to take my boy Zeke off the list. I'm telling y'all, the NBA dirty.
There's no way in the world.
Jordan gonna come on there and say
impossible.
Jordan gonna come on there and be like, you gotta get him off that list.
He might not be invited to the All-Star game.
he didn't pay homage. He didn't pay homage.
I mean, it is a lot of boys who ball throughout the last 20 some odd years since they dropped the list, or it's been about 30 years now.
You know what, Vince? I think Vince makes it because of.
No, it would be 25 years. That's why
I think Vince makes it.
Okay. Almost 30. Round up. We round up around here, bro.
All right.
But I'm like, I don't know, like offensively, like I mean, just Vince would be on the bubble to me, except for the fact that he played like 20 years. I think the fact that he plays 20 years plays into that because Vince.
Why Melo coming at Barkley like that?
Because he don't know no better. He probably 21.
He said he guaranteed any top big man league would cook Charles. Charles wasn't the greatest.
Charles Barkley was Zion before Zion. Barkley was Zion. The way you looking at Zion now, and you talking like Zion the beast, that was Barkley.
And Barkley could shoot.
Going up off the vert with 2 hands, dunking on 7-footers like it was no problem, and grabbing 10 rebounds on them with no problem.
Boys don't understand. Listen, you got to remember the era Barkley played in too. They talking about Barkley played in the era where big men could get crazy physical, and he still held his own, still carried his team to the playoffs, still won MVP, got his team to the championship. Would have won if Darren Marley didn't stink it up in the finals, and they lost Cedric Ceballos that year too. But nonetheless, Barkley's a monster, man. Listen.
So let me ask. So if they told you either Karl Malone or Barkley come off the list, who are you taking off the list?
Karl Malone stays on over Barkley. I'm sorry. His numbers is just I like Barkley better, but Karl
honestly I take Barkley, and I'll tell you why I take Barkley.
No, ain't Karl Malone the highest scoring player right now?
Yeah, but I tell you, truth be told, Karl Malone. Honestly, Karl Malone would not be Karl Malone without John Stockton. Stockton facilitated so much of his game. How many times you really seen Karl Malone create his own shot? He had that vicious mid-range shot around the free throw line that Stockton would set him up with perfect. His back to the basket game was cool. It wasn't all crazy dominant for real like that. Karl Malone was a very efficient scorer in spots. He got his spot and he worked his spot. Barkley had a better handle than Karl Malone.
I would argue that Karl Malone got John Stockton a whole lot of his assists.
He did. They worked very well together. But when did you see really Karl Malone handle the ball to get to a spot and pull up? Did you ever see Karl Malone handle the rock?
I remember watching a lot of them games and seeing, because I actually used to like that Utah team. And I would see John Stockton pass the ball to Karl Malone. Yes. Karl Malone, he take 2 dribbles, spin, and then shoot. And they like, good assist by John Stockton. Like, this man just made like 3 basketball moves, and they gave him the assist.
He made like 1 or 2 moves. Carmelo had that many moves in the arsenal, bro. Carmelo had no moves. He was a big dude who was strong. He ain't have no moves. Barkley had legit moves.
Was Dominique on that first list?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He might come off.
No. There's another thing. There's another thing I'm talking about. You surprised me a little bit because you mainly the bull who.
Remember when I was saying Dominique, he was arguing me down.
You mainly the bull.
How they're going to be thinking because
we asking you how you thinking because you mainly the bull who our championships and all that don't really matter that much, and now you want to hate on Barkley for not winning.
No, I was the one that never said championship. I said championship. Dude, you got to put that in the equation. That's why I'm saying. What is the criteria? I got to know what the criteria is.
All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up. It was fun.
I mean, there's a couple boys I'm kind of thinking that we missing that probably won't be on the list that they're gonna add to it. But it's definitely gonna be some players that kind of get squeezed off the joint. You probably felt.
I don't think Parker and Ginobili on that list.
Parker Malone is a. That's a debatable.
Tony Parker, definitely. That's a good one. Tony Parker.
I don't think Tony Parker
is going to be on the list.
Well, how not? He was one. I mean, 3 championships.
You got too many point guards that's over that.
Tony Parker was a great point guard.
Championship is a team accomplishment, though. Like
Ethan's the one who said the championships.
I love Dominique stats.
That's
see, like, is Ray Allen on the list? Yeah, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. Yeah.
I'm interested to see this list in October. We're gonna be
Bubba Chuck. You gotta put AI on the list.
Well, him, Kobe, Shaq, and Tim Duncan. Those are the guarantees right there. Like that's definitely making.
And LeBron.
And Scotty.
And Steph. And
KD, Steph.
And who?
It's like 10. It's like 10 who definitely on there. That's LeBron, the one.
Dwayne
Wade.
Harden on there. Is Kyrie on there?
Kyrie's not on there yet. Kyrie and Harden may be there.
Harden? What? Come on, man. Ain't no way you're not gonna put Harden on there. The scoring alone?
You have to start taking people off. You gotta start taking people off.
They're not touching nobody from that top 50. I'm telling you. I don't think nobody. I think they're just gonna add 25 on. I don't think they.
Pistol Pete might get. Somebody like Pistol Pete might get knocked off the list.
Patrick Ewing's coming off.
What about Clyde the Glide?
I'm willing to bet your check that
listen. James Harden is averaging for his career 25, 5.5 assists, and 6.5 assists and 5.5 rebounds. 25, 5.5, and 6.5. There's no way you're not gonna put James Harden.
Westbrook's on there.
Westbrook had 2 years that he averaged triple-double. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, Giannis, you might leave Giannis off because he's too young.
Nah, I think I'm putting Giannis on there.
I'm not putting him on, not yet.
Maybe what he done won 2 MVPs already, and he only 26.
All right, you may got a point here.
And he could have won a third. For real, if he'd have played in the regular season like he was playing in the playoffs, he'd have won 3 of them. But he was hurt. He was hurt for that stretch of time.
Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Get those likes up, and we'll know about a couple more draft picks, whether or not where the Sixers are going to select. But thanks for commenting.
Oh yeah, wait a minute, real quick, Tim. Let them know too. We also going to be posting some other videos about other topics, not just basketball and stuff like that too. So be on the lookout for the alerts. We had some interesting conversations about pressure players and stuff like that, and people playing under pressure, kind of going to that gymnast situation. So check them joints out.
We're gonna have an Eagle one coming. We're gonna have an Eagle one coming up too.
Oh yeah, Eagles
football.
Jalen Hurts
football.
Fly, Eagles fly.
Yeah. All right, but thanks again for listening. This is the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast, and we out this joint. I don't know how to stop it
though. So he's still going. All right, I got another topic.
Oh no.
So